All right, let's do this. Costa Rica, let's talk about it. Costa Rica, it's a place that I've always thought from afar that's very beautiful, lush, much like Hawaii. But at the same time, from a luxury hotel perspective, there was never anything super intriguing to me. I know Four Seasons has been around for a while. Of course, there was the Ondas. I don't really rate Ondas as luxury. So for the longest time, Costa Rica's been low on my list, just in terms of luxury hotels. After its 2023 renovation in November at Four Seasons Peninsula, Papagayo, I started to pay a lot more attention. In fact, many of my clients who I've booked here had amazing times visiting with their friends and family. Some of them rebooked for annual trips. So that certainly piqued my interest, so to speak. This year, as I celebrate my 41st birthday, I decided this is the perfect opportunity to check out this resort. In fact, I'm in this amazing residence here at Four Seasons Costa Rica. Without further ado, I'd love to show you guys a tour of my residence. So here it is, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome to our 6-bedroom Casa Las Olas. Entering the villa is an immediate wow factor because you have this open courtyard with lush greenery, very tropical, which is very authentic to Costa Rica. And as you come down the steps here, you pass the second floor, which has 5 bedrooms, and coming down to the main living space and other bedrooms as well. But all the while admiring the greenery and just this centerpiece in the villa. So incredible here. Different textures of concrete, stucco surrounding you. Incredible. Immediately off of the courtyard on the first floor is actually one of my favorite bedrooms. And it's not the master bedroom, but you gotta check this out, especially if you're traveling with family and children. While we're here to celebrate my 41st birthday, I'm actually just a kid at heart, which is why this is my favorite room, because of all the bunk beds. Such a cool space. If I was 10 years old and I had this place to myself, I would be going crazy, which all the kids are doing on this trip. Just incredible. And if you come up here, you'll see that there are 2 beds in each bunk. So cool, outfitted with different toys. This is something that Four Seasons definitely excel in. Definitely the best residence here for children. Being Busvisor, of course, I love anything and everything bespoke. So when I found out that the bathroom here have all the kids' names on there, well, scattered across other windows and things like that, I was pumped and stoked for my friends to see for their children. Of course, we'll have an outdoor shower for the kids as well. Just because they're kids doesn't mean that they don't deserve fabulous views and outdoor showers, right? So cool. Just off the atrium is our kitchen as well. It's a full-size kitchen, and while it's a fun place to hang out, the best part is this allows us to have a chef come in here to make us meals and things like that, which I had for my birthday, and it was fantastic. Such a wonderful experience. Everything you need is here. Ovens, coffee machines, tea, etc. Anything you need, and things that you don't need but you love to have, which are treats and cakes and things like that. Yeah, just a wonderful space. Our butler is in here often, helping us to rearrange things, pouring us drinks, things like that. And having full-size fridge is obviously a must when you have a group of 12 people like we do. And all the drinks, beverages, fruits, everything is in here. So you're never in short of that. Best part is, like the rest of the residence and villa, the doors are pocket doors and they can open and be exposed to the exterior views. And you have great breakfast out here with the fan on, looking over the pool and ocean. Amazing. Of course, directly off the kitchen is the dining space, which is also just a sight away from the courtyard. This table is absolutely massive, fitting 16 people comfortably. This is where we have our delicious breakfast each morning with all the views of the ocean, of course, this beautiful, lush courtyard behind us. But what you'll actually feel when you're in here is this dramatic sense of space. Look at the ceiling height. Look at these lighting that resembles jellyfish. So cool. I love the comfortable seating our friends will all hang out here and our kids can play, and we all feel like we have plenty of elbow rooms and just room to move about. And of course, every corner, you have this panoramic view of oceans on both sides of the residence with beaches and different mountainscape in the distance. And of course, this 100-foot or 30-meter long infinity pool that flows directly into the ocean. One fun aspect about this house is there are so many different hallways. It's almost like a maze. I actually got lost my first couple of days here. And just behind me is a media room where all the kids love to watch TV and take naps. And to the left of me is a bathroom and also a small gym. Nothing fancy, but it has all the aerobics and everything you need. Nice to have nonetheless. Now that you've seen just about everything on the first floor, let's go upstairs and check out the main bedrooms. And we have the closest door to be respectful of the AC, which works really well here. And something that I can deeply appreciate when we're in the tropics. Of course, being a self-respecting residence, there's an elevator. But any opportunities to get a view of that, I'll take it. So I love taking these staircases to the room. This is our room where Laura and I have really enjoyed the past few nights here, and one of 2 master bedrooms. Something I really like about this room is, even though it's not that huge and fairly normal for a master bedroom, the views are incredible. This is a corner room on the 2nd floor. I have a bird's eye view of the ocean, all the vast landscape, rock formations, just everything you need, and comfortable seating for morning coffee. By the way, sun does set directly in front of us, which is phenomenal. Here is our master bathroom, which I would say it's nice, but not really anything too special, except for this deep bathtub. This looks directly onto the rock formation here at the resort, with all the different villas located and scattered across the landscape. And right behind you is also the outdoor shower, which is a nice to have. Yeah, great lighting in here, but it's okay. Just next to our room is another double bedroom, and this is where our little guy Beckett sleeps. His crib, there's 2 additional beds here, of course. Fantastic, lots of toys, space to put his diapers, all these different things. What I really like is this coat hanger for Beckett, just for kids. And this is something that Four Seasons does so well, right? Better than any other brand, collectively speaking. So this is a cool little touch. As you saw in the other bathrooms, what makes it special are the bespoke touches. And I love that Beckett has his name on his shower door as well. So cool. He doesn't even know, but I appreciate it deeply as a father. While there are 3 more bedrooms upstairs, I know this is what you guys really want to see, so I'm here to please. This is our incredible terrace, and where we spend so much of our time here. You can see this giant seating area out here is where we have our afternoon snacks, be guacamole and chips or churros with Americano. And this is where everyone likes to camp out and take naps and lounge. This pool, self-explanatory. I do not do plunge pool, so this 100 feet and 30-meter pool is fantastic. It blends directly into the ocean. You can see the beach, the forest, and different mountains in the background in layers. And just behind us on the other side is also another beach and ocean as well. So this is perfectly positioned for the best view here at the resort. One feature that may seem trivial or just a design aesthetic, but it's actually very functional, is that a portion of the pool and terrace is covered. So when it rains, as it does in Costa Rica, we can still chill and lounge here. It's actually one of the favorite experiences I've encountered here during my stay. When it rains, we're still able to stay in the pool. It's an entirely different experience, and all thanks to this covered terrace. So I think that's a fabulous design factor here at this residence. So that was Casa Las Olas, our residence here for the past 5 nights, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you thought the villa was cool, and let me know what you think of it. Drop a comment below. That being said, let's talk about the regular rooms and suites. Just to simplify this, I would say that if you're someone who wants to be very close to the main resort amenities, restaurants, beach, pool, things like that. And especially if you're traveling with small children, you don't want to be walking around lots. You may want to stay in the entry-level rooms and suites. That way it's directly by the pool and the main restaurants. Of course, if you're someone who wants an elevated experience in terms of luxury accommodation, there's a ton here. There are different experiences and different price points for sure. I would say anything from 2 to 3 bedrooms are good value, but the only thing you want to be mindful of is that if you're traveling with small children, some of the canopy villas, they do have separate detached bedrooms. Even if they're called a 2 or 3 bedroom canopy villa, they're not interconnected. And you have your exterior connecting bridge and stairways to the different bedrooms. The team can set up certain barriers and gates for you for safety reasons, but that is something I would definitely reach out to your travel advisor or the hotel to align prior to your arrival. And of course, getting into the multi-bedroom residences and casas, that's where things go to a whole nother level. A few different casas here. I think they're amazing. Not only are they unique, standalone, and just huge with fantastic views and pools, they also get access to the Preda Private Club, which has entirely different beach setting and pool service and things like that. It's a much more intimate and private experience than what you would have at the main beach and pool. And there are only 5 units at Four Seasons Resort that has access to that. So it's highly coveted and something that we've really enjoyed during our stay here. One of the other residences that really piqued my interest here is Casa Del Mar. I toured that house and it's phenomenal. So as much as I thought Casa Las Olas has this wow factor and it's been fantastic to stay here, Casa Del Mar is something I really want to try. So when we come back next time, I definitely want to book that residence. What I really like about Casa Del Mar is that it feels like a home. It's very cozy and it has this open concept. It's a place I could see myself spending weeks at. I like the stonework. I like some of the bamboo trees in there as well. And it almost gives me a bit of a Thailand and Indonesia, Bali vibe in there as well. The primary bathroom has this super cool round tub with this corner view looking out into the bamboo forest. And the closet is beautifully done. The pool is also a bit different, but it does have this panoramic view as well, and it feels very functional at the same time. And the dining area on the terrace does as well. But overall, it just looks comfortable. I think you can't go wrong with either casa here. And if you don't need 6 bedrooms, Casa Del Mar might be the front runner for you. Now let's talk about general hard product. Since the renovation completed in November of 2023, I think Four Seasons Peninsula Papagayo looks much better, noticeably better, I would say. For example, the main beach club, pool, and adult pool, everything just looked much more up to date. I will say that some of the entry-level rooms still feels a bit dated, especially the bathrooms and things like that. But of course, those are entry-level rooms, so what can you say? But I think the overall space feels a lot more up to date. In fact, one of the favorite spaces that came about from the renovation is the yoga hut. A lot of people love it, including my clients. It's a beautiful place, and not just for yoga, but if you're going there during sunset to propose to someone or have a special meal there, it's a fabulous spot. Very romantic and very scenic. I will say that even though the beach club and pool looks great, it can feel crowded at times, but I think that's just the nature of having a great family resort. You attract a lot of families, and that's just part of the pros and cons of having a great family resort. Service, well, what can I say? This is a typical Four Seasons, which means the service is pretty consistent and fairly strong. And of course, they're very family friendly. I think the Costa Rican culture has this warm hospitality. At least that was my experience during my stay here. And many of my clients feel the same way, which is why they keep coming back. And I will also say they were extremely good with children. I love the fact that, as you saw in my room and many other places throughout the resorts, they have children amenities, and that certainly made us feel very welcome. And that's one of the reasons we love coming to Four Seasons so much. For relating to service, if you're in a casa or villa, you can get a butler as well. The butlers are fantastic. No request was too large, and anything we wanted to do or needed, he executed flawlessly. Now, the only thing I would say is that the butler service here, in terms of a concept, is a bit different than that of, let's say, Parakeet or some other resorts, Amayara, that I've talked about here, which is that the butler stays with you the entire day. So that's a little bit different here. Again, I don't think it has to do with the hospitality culture here. It's just the concept implemented by management is a bit different here. So that is something you just want to be mindful of when you're booking the butler services here. But overall, we've really enjoyed it, and certainly it's a nice feature to have. Of course, one of my favorite things about Four Seasons when it comes to service is that they have a Four Seasons app, and many things I need to execute, including airport transfers and things like that, I can just simply hop on my app and speak to someone in concierge and they'll take care of it. So that's something I always love when it comes to Four Seasons. Make sure you download the Four Seasons app before your visit. Let's talk about food. There are 6 main dining outlets here on property. Of course, there's room service as well, and you can order food at the beach club. So plenty of outlets for you to enjoy while you're here for a week or two and won't feel like you're getting sick of the food here. One thing I've noticed and really appreciated is that when we go to a restaurant here, if I wanted something from a different restaurant or a different menu, they're more than happy to order from multiple restaurants and bring it to one venue. And as a family sometimes, or in my case, we had a group of 12 people, adults and children, so everyone wanted different things at times, and they were just super flexible and super catering to families. I love the flexibility of that for sure. And I would say the food is fine. To be frank, I don't know that any of the food here has been exceptional by any means, but they were all good to great. I would say all the food I've had here were B to A minus. You know, there's not been anything where I feel like I have to rave about, but I didn't have any trouble with ordering food here and was happy at every meal. Anyone staying here would be more than fine with the food quality here. And I appreciate the diversity of the cuisines here as well. One of the reasons Costa Rica is so appealing to families is that it has so much to do here. While I love the villa we're in, the residence, all the things we have, couldn't help but to go offsite and do some fun things like ziplining, going to look for animals. My favorite was we took the catamaran out for a day and we did jet skiing, paddle boards, everything that was so fantastic on the sea. And as we're sailing through to our location, we're passing all these mountains and trees and things like that. So definitely I would say when it comes to activities, Costa Rica is fantastic. One thing I would love to check out on my next visit is maybe go find a waterfall or a volcano or something like that. That would be super cool. And I think based on different seasons and time throughout the year, there are different things to do. So that is something that I think is going to be fantastic for families to experience. I'm not sure how you book your stays at Four Seasons, but for my clients and many people I know, they book through Four Seasons Preferred Partner Advisor like myself. And I have to give a shout out to the Four Seasons team here that always look after my clients so well, and they're so responsive. So thank you for that. And often my clients are upgraded, sometimes even at the time of booking, but it's something that I deeply appreciate and I am grateful for the partnership. So in conclusion, what do I think about the resort? I am glad I finally visited. I do think this country is so beautiful. The landscape here, the different contrasts of sea, mountains, lush green, really cool. So yeah, it's definitely a place I would recommend visiting. Yeah, if you can, I would check out the Casas or the residences. It really just elevates the experience here. As always, if you're booking Four Seasons, make sure you book through a Four Seasons Preferred Partner Advisor like myself, as that would drastically increase your chance of a fantastic stay, and you will get certain amenities and exclusive promotions as well. Thank you for watching this. I hope this has been a helpful data point for you if you're planning to visit Four Seasons in Costa Rica, and I'll catch you on the next review. Thanks for watching. If you found this review to be helpful, please consider subscribing or liking to help me make more of these videos. Thanks for watching. Cheers.